Whew, it's time for a long-needed sigh of relief and to finally stop worrying so much about this damn gaming industry, because sometimes it might just surprise you. After days, weeks, and years of mostly disappointment, there are some bright spots that pass over you. But not literally, because then you wouldn't have the vitamin D deficiency from sitting inside all day, but figurative bright spots. Moments that let you say, maybe it's not so bad. And after a constant barrage of negativity, it looks like the industry has finally listened. And they're ready to make gaming great again.
Yeah!
Here we go!
No, you fucking cuck!
Peggy 18.
You tired of winning yet? Guys, can you believe it? A week full of fantastic video game news, requests fulfilled, promises kept, surprises everywhere. What a time to be alive. Of course, we have to kick this episode off with the news that finally, after years of begging from fans and both of us, Call of Duty is leaving the futuristic bullshit behind.
Get it out of here.
And taking on a real war.
A man's war.
One that actually happened.
Yes.
All those jet boosts, wall runs, drones, robots, and whatever the hell else was going on with the COD franchise will finally be behind us and behind a wall. And we can all once again relive the glory days of my favorite war, World War II.
Yeah, let's go back to the 40s.
We're going back to the 40s.
We're making COD great again.
World War II, baby, the one that we won all by ourselves.
With no help from
Woo!
anyone.
USA.
Yes. Now, okay, we have to slow down the hype train just a little bit because as of right now, it's still technically unconfirmed. But it looks pretty fucking real, and the timing is perfect. Like we just said, people
Better not be fake news.
No, it's not fake news. Like we just said, people have been hoping for a Call of Duty game that goes back to its original roots and simplifies things. With the monetary and critical success of EA's Battlefield 1, it also makes it way more clear to Activision that people will buy a first-person shooter that isn't completely futuristic and bonkers, and plenty of time has passed since they delved into this territory, that it doesn't really feel like a cash grab. You know, the same kind of cash grab that launched the franchise in the first place, although anything with Activision is a cash grab. Don't worry.
What's
We're
wrong
not
with
sellouts
capitalism,
yet.
commie?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Get the best. This one just makes me a bit happier, even if they include some shit like Nazi Scalps DLC.
Whoa.
That's a good bonus.
Scalps?
Yeah, scalps. I need scalps.
When are they gonna make one of these games about like the, like Colonel Custer like fighting the Indians? Is the world ready for that yet?
You mean like
Call of Duty,
Red Dead Redemption?
Call of the Prairie.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we should do it. Anyway, the real story here is that a YouTube channel called The Family Video Gamers got sent some images that apparently showed the artwork for the yet-to-be officially launched Call of Duty WW2. And once they showed them off in a leaked images video, outlets were scrambling to get something confirmed, with Eurogamer being the first to confirm that it's actually happening, according to their sources.
Well, they were closest to the war.
In an article released earlier this week, they said, developed by Sledgehammer Games, the studio behind 2014's COD Advanced Warfare, this new COD will be the first to venture back to the series' World War roots since 2008's World at War. Has it been that long? Images published on YouTube channel The Family Video Gamers last weekend showed logos and box art for Call of Duty World War II. Eurogamer has since verified that this does indeed relate to this year's game.
There you go. They even go on to say that the timing makes even more sense, specifically because it's Sledgehammer Games. The developer's co-founder, Michael Condrey, in an interview from 3 years ago, said that a next-generation game with the latest production values and robustness in a World War II setting like Band of Brothers would be amazing. And Call of Duty devs are on a cycle because there are 3 different studios that produce this game, one each year, making this year Sledgehammer's turn.
Uh-oh.
So obviously his interest and foreshadowing lines up pretty well with this. Plus, if there's anything that this generation of gamers needs right now, it's a reminder as to why Nazis are bad and deserve to be hunted down and teabagged without remorse. Kids these days, they don't even know about World War II because how could they? Video games haven't taught them about it yet. And there's no way that they're going back to play those old Call of Duty games because who could sit through those graphics? Blech. Yeah, and I'm not even sure the servers still work. Have no fear though, hopefully you'll all be gunning down Nazi scum before the end of this year.
Yeah, they don't even, fucking History Channel used to be just World War II 24-hour network. Now they've got some other bullshit.
American Pickers.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Let's Let's go
Vikings.
fuck around in some guy's garage for a couple hours and get some asbestos.
But hey, that wasn't the only big, beautiful title that was announced.
BBTs.
I love BBTs.
Yeah.
It wasn't the only one that was announced or confirmed this week, because listen up, travelers. Destiny 2 is actually happening. And this time, it's gonna be a lot funnier for some reason.
Yeah.
In a nod to the Marvel Studios brand of narration, Bungie has decided that having a bit of fun in an otherwise depressing landscape might actually help things out and also make some of the characters that they've developed for this game memorable and downright charming. You might even pay attention to the overarching plot if you get to laugh a bit during some of the cutscenes, because why would you just skip them? If sometimes you get to hear Nathan Fillion as Cade 6 drunkenly retell stories from the front lines like what we saw in the first teaser trailer this week.
Okay, so I'm in this super boring meeting about something, I don't know, wasn't paying attention. Then, boom! It was like an ugly contest where everyone was a winner. This one dude's all, raw, so I shot him, and then I shot this other one, shot a couple extra guys just to be safe. I did a lot of shooting, if I'm being totally honest. Then, they destroyed my favorite store. Second favorite. There's that spicy ramen shop. I'm getting sidetracked. Look, long story short, I get busy. And I'm thinking, I've got this. You know? When you're in that, you go, I got this. But man, I so did not have it. Guess you have to be there. Well, better get back to it. Hey, any day now. This guy has one drink coming.
It was a laugh riot.
And they even got Sweeper Bot in there. It looks great.
He sweeps.
And yeah, sure, I was really hoping that they were gonna show off some gameplay during the full trailer release, which was 2 days later, but it ended up just being even more cinematics and just a comparison between two different groups and how they're dealing with the same bullshit. Whatever. The biggest news that we got out of the whole thing was that, believe it or not, hold on to your butts. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. Get a glass of water and you do a spit take, it's fun. Destiny 2 will be releasing on PC.
No.
I couldn't hold on to my butt.
Which stands for personal computer.
Oh shit!
Yeah. And that's actually huge considering how many purists would never sink low enough to play a
That's right.
game on console, no matter how good it ended up being. There's no word yet whether or not PC players will be able to play alongside their console pleb counterparts, but the obvious answer would be no, because it would be completely unfair.
Yeah, keyboard and mouse is an obvious advantage. I think we all agree. But then again, there's a lot of PvE in Destiny. So if it is possible, it would be great to be able to play with friends during raids or normal questing. Maybe just block it for PvP and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that for the Xbox at least, Microsoft has already allowed certain games to open up to cross-platform play, so it's not outside the realm of possibility. The shitty news is that once again, Destiny expansions will be a PS4 exclusive for at least a year, even over the PC players, which is an excruciatingly long time to wait for content that other people are already playing and spoiling. Anyways, we can probably expect to see some actual gameplay released somewhat soon as they're gearing up for a beta test this summer.
Betas
for
only.
all you betas. And there's gonna be a firm release date of September 8th.
I'll wait for the alpha test.
Yeah, alpha test.
Yeah. Also, Battlefront 2 is announced, and hopefully they've been working on a game that can actually hold people's attention for more than 2 weeks before giving up on it entirely and never looking back no matter how much DLC they put out. Anyways, moving on to another Star Wars type game, Mass Effect.
Mess effect.
Mess Effect, that game where you get to butt fuck aliens. They've made the news again. And since this is a rather positive episode of T.U.G.S,
We're making T.U.G.S great again.
we figured we could tell you about what they're doing right for once. And yeah, this right is the direct result of many wrongs, but hey, credit where credit is due. BioWare has released an official statement acknowledging that things aren't exactly perfect in the latest addition to the franchise, without taking any fault. Much like any YouTuber who gets caught in a scandal, they didn't admit fault. It's
I'm
your
sorry
fault.
you feel that way.
They did say this at least. We've received quite a bit of feedback, some of it positive, some of it critical. That feedback is an important part of our ongoing support of the game, and we can't wait to share more of our immediate plans with you on Tuesday, April 4th. In the meantime, keep your feedback coming. Our team is listening, working around the clock to gather information and plan out solutions to improve and build on Mass Effect Andromeda. Ooh, I can't wait to see which alien species that we can fuck next.
Yeah.
They should have
We looked at everyone's, playing patterns. We realized you're only buying this to fuck aliens, so we're removing all the other
I was gonna say,
parts of
they
the
should
game.
put in the, like that magic flute that's in Super Mario 3. You should be able to get a magic flute in Mass Effect within like the first 15 minutes and just flute your way to some
old
hardcore alien
skin
sex.
flute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doodly-doodly-doo. You're now having sex with an alien.
Yeah. That's the future I want to live in. There is one thing, however, that cannot escape our fury, even on an upbeat episode of T.U.G.S. And that is, of course, the Nintendo Switch. A new warning is being sent out by publications which state that your save game data might just get deleted one day, and then there's nothing you can do about it. It's just gone, baby. Gone. Except, you can wipe your tears out of your eyes and start the game all over again.
Boo.
Because you're a fucking little beta cuck and you're gonna eat the shit that I feed you, kid. Or you can realize that you're wasting your life and go do something more productive that doesn't rely on digital storage to remain a part of you. This Twitter user, Anthony John Agnello, had a problem with his Switch, like so many others have. So he sent it back to Nintendo for repairs, assuming that the company who created this console would be able to transfer his save game data once the repair was complete. Well, no. Sorry, Tony. You're fucked.
Yeah, he tweeted the following: Nintendo sent back my Switch with this letter explaining, yes, we wiped all your Zelda data. No apology, no TV output on setup. So not only did he have his game wiped, but the fucking Switch still didn't even work correctly, even after sending it to Nintendo to be fixed. So, wow, bravo everyone, great customer service he got over there. Hashtag sad. Oh well, at least next time he'll be smart enough to make a backup of his crucial data. Oh, I'm sorry, never mind. We must have forgot that it's impossible to do any of that with this glorified paperweight. We tried to tell you guys, we did, but you didn't listen, and now look at you.
And there's no cloud save either?
I have not played it. I smashed the Switch.
No, there should be. Cloud save.
Yeah.
Do it. In other sad news, but really, who gives a shit news? Mad Catz, the company famous for pumping out the ugliest and cheapest gaming controllers in the history of gaming, has finally thrown in the towel after pathetic sales of Rock Band 4, which the company had produced the controllers for in a last-ditch Hail Mary effort to stay afloat. And it's not like no one saw this company shutting down coming, but the controller market is mostly boutique now, and the cheap versions are readily available online from any number of knockoff Chinese sites without them having to tiptoe around companies' copyrights. Also, the CEO resigned last month amidst layoffs, so again, not really a surprise. The good news here is that you'll never have to play video games using one of their visual abortions at a friend's house ever again.
Yeah.
There's always like, who have I known the longest? Who's my best friend? Because they won't have to play the clunky,
Booger encrusted.
skirting copyright laws. The buttons are stuck. It's not ergonomic. Fucking pieces of shit.
But speaking of visual, all right, never mind, that's mean. Here's April the Giraffe's bouncing baby boy Shibby to talk about the latest entry into the video game marketplace.
T.U.G.S boys and T.U.G.S girls, this week I have the pleasure of reviewing what could be my personal game of the year.
Oh, suck its dick harder, why don't you?
A game that has an interesting backstory with the lead developer, leaving because it sickened him to see what's becoming of a project he worked on and believed in. Of course, I'm talking about my current 2017 Creative Director of the Year, PlayerUnknown. Move over, Jeff Kaplan of Overwatch. I have a new god. A man who left his cushy job at H1Z1 King of the Kill at Daybreak, while they cash in crate money for stupid-ass cosmetics like flaming demon heads, rainbow backpacks, and shotguns that drip toxic goo. Unrealistic and fake. This man is a goddamn hero. So sick of the money grabbing that was going on at H1Z1 and leaving to make a new game in his vision of what a better Battle Royale game would be. It should be criminal.
Woo!
Thank you. Yeah. That more developers do not nut up and execute on their visions. Being a corporate drone and a slave to the man is not what we celebrate here on T.U.G.S. No response.
That's right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, this is the most. This is the most.
It literally looks like you're jacking something off into your mouth the entire time.
Great. This is the most ethical shit I've seen all year. Making hashtag power moves only. PlayerUnknown's Battleground is, of course, the game I'm reviewing this week.
Battlefront.
No. Battleground. Sure. This game is just released last week on Early Access for the reasonable price of $30. Sure. You Call of Duty fuckboys, I'm fanboys, will probably cry enough to wash all the Cheeto dust off your face to realize this game is basically just one mode. It's one thing. Sure, if you're a pussy and only play Nintendo games, you may not like Battle Royale style games. I understand, Nintendo fanboy, you are what you eat. Yes, this game is essentially one thing.
Nintendo fans eat pussy?
I mean, they're taking the Switch out. That's what, I don't know. But this game is a godsend. Do one thing well instead of doing a bunch of bullshit. H1Z1, splitting into...
Fanboys. You eat pussy.
Wrecked. Splitting into two games. H1Z1 split into 2 games to grab as much cash as possible. But Shibby. That was good. What the fuck are you talking about? I know, viewer, none of this is concise, but only the Shibby super fanboys can listen between the lines.
And they eat pussy. Right,
about half.
half what? Like a what?
Eat ass?
Yeah, half a pussy.
What the fuck?
Shitty fanboys eat ass. That's a new t-shirt. I love Shibby, I eat ass. Put it in the comments.
Silence! I'm trying to keep it together here. This game takes tactical play, positioning, and gunplay from Arma, which is typically too hardcore Henry, for most. And also, you need a beast of a computer to run it. Arma, which will never be a top game on Twitch, unfortunately. Yeah, that's good. ARM. These guys are on fire today. I understand that it takes casuals that cannot afford to bask in such glorious gameplay. They just can't afford it. Also, it takes casuals to break on top of Twitch. That's also true. This game takes the idea of flying onto a map, certain inventory systems, and increased speeds from H1Z1. It blends both these ideas together, which player unknown, having worked on both those mods before, into a more complete and satisfying package. Overall, I must give Battlegrounds a 10 out... Wait. What? This game is in early access and it would not be ethical. I must give Battlegrounds a thumbs up because I like what the developer is doing and the direction the game is going in. Mr. Unknown, you have restored my faith in listening to us, the gamers, and making your vision come alive.
Boo.
This is the positive episode.
Chill. What is this, Mr.
I'll take
Rogers
skins.
game?
I'll take skins.
All right, thank you, Shibby. And before we go, to honor the announcement of Battlefront 2, let's take a walk down memory lane for a review of the first Battlefront from just about a year and a half ago. This review comes from someone named Commando and is titled, Don't Fall for the Hype. They said this.
By now, everyone has pretty much covered in depth why this game is a depressing letdown, so I'll keep this short and to the point. The fact that there are no classes sucks. The limited amount of weapons sucks. The fact that there is no real single-player campaign sucks. The single-player missions are a pathetic excuse for a single-player mode, which function more as a tutorial, and they suck. Character models are few and generic, and they suck. The character customization in general is non-existent, and it sucks. The lack of maps sucks. The fact that battles go no larger than 20v20 sucks. Most of the modes suck. The ones that don't get old fast, which sucks. Paying $110 for a game that should have already shipped with the DLC sucks. Replay value sucks. The grind you go through over and over to basically run in circles endlessly in a pointless effort to get more guns that are really no better than the last sucks. The fact that the game sucks just as much when you unlock your goodies as it did before in the same repetitive, boring gameplay sucks. The lack of projectile spread sucks. The fact that this renders aiming down sights pointless sucks. This game is a pointless, boring grind to nowhere, which sucks. All of this by far outweighs any amount of replay value the graphics and sound design alone can offer. You will be bored after one day. Don't support these losers from EA and DICE who sold us half a game. Overall, this game sucks, and I regret buying it, which sucks.
Wow. 5 out of 5 stars.
His hair, whack.
This game, whack.
Me?
I almost fell off doing that whack. Anyways, guys, we played the most boring game ever yesterday and tried to make it fun, and that game is Monopoly.
It got interesting.
A
lot of deals.
A lot of deals. We made a
made.
lot of deals. So watch that stream by clicking this right over here. It's a doozy. And then, you know what? We gave the Switch a chance. You can watch our stream of the 1-2 Switch where we jerk each other off and people play grab ass right there too. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.